Welcome back to Soulful Living. Come check out. We're almost finished.
Welcome in.
Yeah, welcome into what will be the foyer. We got some lights up. We got a lot of the bar area close to finish. The metal for the cabinets hopefully will be here by this Friday. Got our ice maker, or really our 2 fridge doors ready to go in. Ice maker on the end, and hopefully we'll be having a cocktail this weekend for Father's Day. A lot of the audio visual will be finished tomorrow with a lot of the TVs, but we went ahead and hung all the speakers, and you can see, man, this thing's going to jam when we get it finished. We're going to have all of it will be through Sonos, where you can play in any room. We have all these hang down pendant speakers. We're actually going to raise them up a little bit, but we're also going to have a record player that we can spin some vinyl and take it a little bit old school. But I cannot wait to hear the system when it's done. This will be one of the TVs. So in the barn, we'll have inside 3 TVs, one in the family room, one over the bar, and one over the fireplace. This will be a little reading conversation area when we have a fire. There'll be a couple of really cool black chairs here that are a little bit behind. They won't come with the other furniture this week. But yeah, we'll be able to sit here and enjoy a game. This is the family room TV feature wall. We'll have a nice size TV here, some furniture under here. But we struggled with what to put on here for the feature wall. So we went with a porcelain, which kind of gives it a nice steel look, which kind of ties into what I do for a living, which is kind of cool. I don't do porcelain, but I do steel. So we were going for a steel look with it. And I think we knocked it out of the park. Yeah, so move-in day is Thursday and Friday for the install from the design team, but they'll be installing a lot of the furniture. And we'll have a really cool couch here, a couple of chairs, an ottoman piece here with some other odds and ends, just some place really comfortable to hang out and spend time as a family. The one thing I find, and you find it in everyday life everywhere, is just trying to get people to pay attention to details, just to take an extra second and do things the right way, so you don't have to go back and redo them. There's an old saying, and I live by it, I preach it at work all the time: how you do anything is how you do everything. And so practice trying to do things the correct way the first time, and it carries over into everything you do. But just walking through here, right? Something as simple as just put a level, get these things level. So now he's got to come back and redo them and fill in a hole, or hopefully it'll cover the hole. But I don't know, I'm a little OCD, so when things aren't lined up correct, it bothers me. When we don't have outlets spaced the same way, we've had to redo that 3 or 4 times here. So it's just always something to make sure we get the details dialed in. So this is going to be the bedroom. Obviously this door will be shut. We're going to put some blackout curtains over it. We have these nice barn doors that we can close to close it off if we need to. And we put a custom California closet system in here. We're still going to have a rug in here, a little chandelier. The washer and dryer still got to be moved into position as it gets hooked up. But yeah, we did a lot of shelves, a lot of drawers, some hidden shelves, spots for our hanging clothes, and of course everybody needs a hamper. So we did just get the AC turned on today. It's the first time, and we really weren't certain how well it was going to cool. We put a 5-tub unit in, but it's really comfortable in here. It feels good. We only got it on 72, and it got to 72 really quick, so I think it'll get it in the 60s at night, how I like to sleep. So pretty fired up about that. So we got a lot of the light fixtures in. We'll show you some of the stuff outside, but we got a couple of our sconces in. We still have a few sconces left to go over in the bar area, and we had a few of the outdoor light fixtures that come in broke. It's got to be replaced, but I'm really digging what we did with the lights here.
What's going on here?
Yeah, well, that just luckily we had a good rain, right? Sometimes they always say if you're going to look at buying a house, you ought to go look at it when it's raining. because you can tell a lot about the drainage outside and also certain things inside. So we had a pretty good rain a while ago, and what we're finding is the water's coming on the door when it blows a certain way, and of course it's coming down. We're just going to have to put another piece of weather stripping at the bottom to keep the water from coming in underneath the door. So we got a lot of the kitchen installed. We're still waiting on a few pieces for the cabinets to be finished. We're putting some pop-up receptacles here that they got to finish. And move-in day, we won't have the range, because technically with our permit and with this structure, you're not allowed to have a full operational kitchen. So we're leaving the cooktop out until possibly a later date. But we moved, when we demoed the house, there was an old Sub-Zero fridge up there, so we moved it here. This obviously will get new facing put on it. It's here. They just got to do it tomorrow. It'll match the cabinets and get tied in. We still got the cabinet pulls to put on and a lot of the facing here and to finish some of the plumbing. But I think the cabinets and the countertops turned out really nice. I think Georgia's been having a rainy month. I hadn't been here the whole time, so I don't really know, but that's what I hear. I was actually in Italy sailing with my family, and I think we're going to have a video coming up of that trip, just a montage of the thing, and what an amazing week it was. So I can't wait to share that with you. So make sure when it comes out to click on that and give it a watch. So to combat a little bit of the kitchen issue of not being able to have a full kitchen, which we will have a full kitchen, we put an outdoor kitchen in, and we got to finish a lot of it, but it's about halfway complete.
Talk about it.
Yeah, so we're going to have a sink. The plumber's coming tomorrow. He'll drill the hole in the countertop for our water faucet, whatever you call that thing. We went with an Evo in here. I have one of these at our Florida house. It's really cool, better than a Blackstone, but it's a flat cooking surface that you can do a lot of really interesting stuff with. And then we have just a regular grill with a rotisserie, lights, and then this whole thing on the bottom will be finished with steel. And we know we're coming back. We're going to move this TV back to the center over away from the grill area, and we're going to cut this siding off and put some fireboard on it, and then for a backsplash we'll do tile to keep the heat off of the structure. We just learned something about the garage, which this is probably one of my favorite rooms in the whole addition. A lot of the crew's still here working, doing final touches, and they have Spanish maracha music or whatever it is going on out there. And so we've been trying to turn it down, and they'd moved the speakers, so we came to the garage, just blaring out there, and we walk in here, and damn it if this room isn't soundproof, so we can't even hear a word, and the speaker's literally right on the other side of the wall. So that's a cool thing. Yeah, so I'm pretty fired up about this. We got obviously the garage doors in. We got our mini split in. It's working. It's nice and cool in here. I installed the floor a couple of weeks ago, little Swiss tracks, and I think we have a video and a time lapse of that. We're gonna plug in here and really simple, easy, snap in place floor to install. It gets a little around the corners where you got to fill in. It takes a little bit of time to cut it. I got probably about 10 hours into this floor, but it's a really inexpensive way to go versus epoxy tiling it. And this whole floor was about $3,000 worth of material plus my time to install it. So I'm really pleased with the way it come out. It floats or drains underneath here. The bottom of the Swiss tracks allows for the water to go underneath the floor and to get to the drain. And then we got our Idaho system installed. So before sheetrock and stuff was put in here, I ran a lot of PVC piping in the ceiling. So all this, the hose for this vacuum system is behind the wall and in the ceiling. And I got to cut this cord and we'll make that look better. But basically, you have the system, you pop it up, you pull the hose out. The the length you want. There's 50 feet of hose in each one of these. So you can pull it out the length you want, hit the lock. There's an on-off switch in each one of these. And it's going to be loud, but you can turn it on. You know, I got some attachments that you can clean the floor, you can clean your cars out, clean your tractors out, you can do whatever. Take this thing around here. And then when you're done, instead of having a hose reel on the wall, you come over here, you hit the unlock button, cover this up. Hose retracts in the wall, shut the lid, turns it off. So cool. We're going to save the bathroom to show you that in the next video because they're working in there. They're still installing some doors. There's a barn door being put in. There's a pivot door yet to go in. So there's a pivot door yet to go in, and we're about 2 weeks away from being completely finished. As I said, the installers are coming Thursday, Friday to install a lot of the furniture. And so the next video you see is going to be a completed barn and home, guest house, whatever we're going to call this thing.
There's a man on the roof.
There's a man on the roof trying to get in. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss the next video. We're going to reveal the whole thing to you, and we're going to go through all the cost involved and what we have in this barn. Hang on a minute. Potential spam, we don't want to talk to them. Yeah, so
We got a man on the roof. We got the phone going off.
we got a lot going on, man. So yeah, stay tuned, and we're going to share with you what this whole thing cost us. It's astounding. Get out.